Imagine this. You're sitting at home, scrolling through your phone, when suddenly, bam, everything goes dark. Not just a blackout, but a full-on electromagnetic pulse that fries every circuit in sight. Your car won't start, your fridge is dead, and society's about to unravel faster than a cheap sweater. Yeah, that's the nightmare of an EMP attack. And if you're not prepped, you're toast. But hey, listen up, because I'm about to walk you through 5 urgent steps you need to take right now. Before it's too damn late. We're talking real science here.
Listen carefully
mixed
now.
with survival smarts that could mean the difference between thriving in the chaos or becoming just another statistic. And trust me, with tensions rising globally, this isn't some far-fetched sci-fi, it's a ticking clock. First off, let's hit the ground running with protecting your electronics. Because without them, you're blind in a world gone analog. An EMP works by generating a massive surge of electromagnetic energy. Think of it like a lightning bolt on steroids that induces currents in anything conductive. Overheating chips and blowing out transformers. From a high-altitude nuclear detonation or even a solar coronal mass ejection. It could wipe out power grids across continents. So, step 1. Build yourself a Faraday cage. It's not rocket science. Grab a metal trash can with a tight-fitting lid. Line it with cardboard or foam to insulate. And stash your essentials inside, like a backup radio, flashlight, spare phone, or even a laptop. Why does this work? The metal enclosure redirects the electromagnetic waves around the contents, acting like a shield based on Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Test it by putting your phone inside and trying to call it. If it doesn't ring, you're golden. Skip this. And when the pulse hits, you'll be left with useless bricks while everyone else is scrambling. But get it done now. Because once the grid fails, sourcing materials turns into a scavenger hunt from hell. Now, shifting gears to something even more immediate, water. You might think, hey, I've got taps. But in an EMP scenario, municipal water systems rely on electric pumps that'll seize up instantly. Without power, reservoirs empty fast, and contamination risks skyrocket as sewage backs up. Science backs this. Human bodies need about a gallon per person per day just for drinking and hygiene. And dehydration sets in within 72 hours, messing with your electrolytes and cognitive function. So, urgent step 2. Stockpile and purify water like your life depends on it. Because it does. Start by filling every container you have, bathtubs, bottles, even those old rain barrels outside. Aim for at least 2 weeks' worth. But push for a month if you can. For long term, learn to harvest rainwater or pull from nearby sources. Then boil it or use bleach. 8 drops per gallon kills most pathogens via oxidation, disrupting bacterial cell walls. I've seen preppers overlook this and end up trading valuables for a sip. Don't be that guy. If you're in a dry area, consider a solar still setup, where evaporation and condensation pull clean water from dirty sources. Ignore the urgency here, and you'll face not just thirst but dysentery that could wipe out your group faster than the pulse itself. This part draws from real-world military field manuals on austere environments, emphasizing redundancy in hydration strategies. Alright, breathe for a second, dark humor incoming. If the EMP doesn't get you, starvation might, but only if you're dumb enough to rely on your smart fridge. Food security is step 3, and it's all about biology and shelf life in a powerless world. Without electricity, perishable goods spoil quick due to bacterial growth exploding above 40 degrees Fahrenheit, leading to foodborne illnesses that hit hard when medical help's offline. We're talking E. coli and salmonella turning your gut into a war zone. So, focus on non-perishables, canned goods, rice, beans, and dehydrated meals that last years without refrigeration. Stock enough for 3 months minimum. Calculating 2.000 calories per person daily to maintain energy levels. Your body's metabolic processes demand it. Or you'll hit ketosis and fatigue. Rotate your stock to keep it fresh. And learn foraging basics, like identifying edible plants via their leaf patterns and avoiding toxic look-alikes through simple taste tests.
Smooth edge is safe,
Why this
the
works?
other is not.
It's rooted in nutritional science. Proteins from beans rebuild tissues. Carbs from rice fuel your brain's glucose needs. But here's the kicker. No power means no cooking appliances. So invest in a rocket stove or learn fire starting with ferro rods. which spark via friction and don't rely on batteries. Mess this up, and societal collapse turns your neighborhood into a looting frenzy over crumbs. Pivoting to mobility, because staying put might not be an option when looters start circling like vultures. Step 4. Secure alternative transportation that laughs in the face of EMP. Modern cars are EMP magnets, their electronic control units fry, leaving you with a fancy paperweight. Older vehicles pre-1980s, without computerized ignitions, fare better since they run on mechanical carbs and points. If you can't snag one, bikes or even horses become your best bet. They're silent, fuel independent, and maneuverable in gridlocked chaos. Physics plays in here. EMP induces voltages up to 50.000 volts per meter. But non-electronic engines dodge that bullet. Plan routes now. Map out back roads avoiding urban choke points where panic could trap you. Stock spare parts like tires and chains. And practice bug-out drills to cut your evacuation time. Without this, you're stranded while resources dwindle. And hypothermia or exposure claims the unprepared. Body core temp drops fast in bad weather without shelter mobility. I've heard stories from survivalists who biked out of disaster zones. It saved their skins when roads turned into graveyards. Finally, wrapping this up with the human element. Because tech fails but people endure, or don't. Step 5. Build your community and comms network before isolation sets in. An EMP knocks out cell towers and radios unless protected, leading to information blackouts that breed paranoia and bad decisions. Psychology tells us isolation amps up cortisol, impairing judgment and fostering tribalism gone wrong. So, rally neighbors now. Form watch rotations and share skills. Like one guy handling medical, another mechanics. For comms, Faraday protect a ham radio with a license. You can tap into frequencies that bounce off the ionosphere for long-range chatter. Why effective? Radio waves at lower frequencies penetrate better post-EMP. Per electromagnetic propagation principles. Train in Morse code for efficiency. It's compact and works on basic setups. Skip this. And when society crumbles, you're alone against mobs driven by desperation. But nail it, and you've got a fortress of allies. Remember, these steps aren't paranoia. They're insurance in a world where, what if, becomes, what now? Act fast, tomorrow might be too late.